Welcome to If You Even Care. It's a beautiful June day. We're finally getting some nice weather over here. And it's Pride Month. Happy Pride, you guys. Be who you are for your pride. You understand? I saw a middle-aged woman shake her head at a rainbow cowboy hat the other day, but I watched that same woman get cut off in line for the self-checkout. Because there's magic in the month of June. It's a beautiful time to be alive. I feel like I should have been born in June. I love it. I love summer so much. Except for the fact that it's bringing bugs into my home. So now we go right into the complaining. And this is where we get the complaining out of the way for the episode. I hate centipedes so fucking much. I don't like spiders. I don't care for any bug. Moths are like whatever. To me, they're not even a bug. They're just, they're like a thing, but I don't see them as having a face or a body. They're kind of just like wings, like a little gray thing. All other bugs, shit list. I do not fuck with bugs. At the top of that shit list would be centipedes. Because what are you doing here? You're a dinosaur. You were supposed to be gone a long time ago. You're not supposed to have that many legs. It's fucking disgusting. I hate them so much. They're up there right under cancer for me on like the fears list. And I found 3 of them in my apartment in the span of 48 hours. So first one, a big centipede ran right behind my TV stand. It was so big. And centipedes trigger my gag reflex. Spiders do too, but it's not as bad. There's something about centipedes where they make me want to like throw up. Like they actually make my mouth water and like my throat closes up a bit. Ugh. So a big one runs behind the TV stand. It's executed, but not easily, because even getting close enough to throw a shoe at one is a nightmare for me. But the thing is, I saw one, and now I know there are others. I know you've got friends. I go into the kitchen the next day, and in between this period of time, I am tiptoeing around the house because I'm horrified. I go into the kitchen, and right on my counter, there's a centipede right in front of the microwave. And I knew what it was planning. I'm not dumb. It was going to go under my microwave so that when I go to press the button and open the door to the microwave, it pops out and it kills me, shoots me with a gun. I'm not stupid. I know what you're doing in here. I couldn't find the strength to kill it at the time, so I left, teared up a little bit, came back like 40 minutes later, and it had moved exactly where I knew it was going to go. Exactly where I knew it was going to go. Right under the microwave. It moved literally like 2 inches. Weird because it didn't put up a fight at all by the time it was being murdered. Not by me, because I got too scared. It didn't run. It didn't try to defend itself. It was weird. What is it? Like now it's 2-on-1? You don't want to fight anymore? You don't want to play? It was murdered. But my spidey senses were going off. My centipede senses, if you will. Because I left the kitchen, I walk out of the dining room, and I just have this feeling like there's another bug around me. I know it somehow in my bones. I turned around to face the dining room. I look up. There's a massive one on the ceiling right by the light fixture. And then I started fully sobbing, like fully having like a mental breakdown. Because I was like, it's an infestation. It's an infestation. 3 in 2 days. And also, what were the odds that I was going to turn around and just find another one? What were the odds that that was going to happen within like a minute of another one being killed? Which means if I looked hard enough, this is what I started telling myself, if I looked hard enough, I'd find them everywhere. Oh, it was killed. execution style. And now I'm paranoid. Now I'm scared. So I started Googling, what don't they like? Like, what scares them off, kills them, whatever it is. But if it just even scares them off, that's fine. Like an oil or something. And I was right. Peppermint oil, I guess. They don't like it because they're dirty little creatures. They don't like peppermint oil. But on that same front page on Google, I see a Reddit thread pop up. And the title of the thread was, "Do not kill your centipedes." Now, I had to click on it out of morbid curiosity. Because what are you talking about? I thought maybe it was a joke or something. I thought maybe the comments would be like, what's this guy talking about? But I was wrong. I read the thread and it's talking about how centipedes eat the other bugs in your house. I don't give a fuck. Those other bugs shouldn't be in the house either. Nobody else is on this lease. No bug should be in here. But when it comes to, if I gotta leave a centipede to do it, I'll eat the bugs. I don't give a fuck. I'll go Timon and Pumbaa on those bugs. You should not be here. I do not need a centipede doing my work for me. And it was just saying, don't kill centipedes. Leave them be. And the comments also let me down. Because in the comments, they were saying how much they love centipedes. And one of them was like, I used to be scared of centipedes until one day I saw one walking across my living room floor and it had a snooty little attitude and it was kind of cute. Then you are not scared of centipedes. You don't know true fear. You're not scared of centipedes if one walking across your floor, you were able to give it a cute little personality. Snooty little attitude, it's a centipede. I just really, really upset me. And all the other comments were agreeing. Oh, it's a centipede fan club. Oh, we love centipedes. And that is why you can't just eat at anybody's house. Because people are letting centipedes run amok. The same guy who brought the buffalo chicken dip, the crock pot buffalo chicken dip, he unplugged and brought in the whole damn crock pot. To the workplace potluck could be letting centipedes run across his counter. You thought cat hair was bad? Oh, he loves centipedes. Centipede #1 fan. I understand it with some things. Bees, I don't fuck with bees. I'll never kill a bee. I get it. We need the bees. If a centipede's job is to eat the other bugs, why would I not just kill the bugs myself and eliminate your job? Yeah, get out. That's right. We replaced you. We don't need you. We have pesticides. Your job, non-existent. I do not need you here. A whole group of centipede sympathizers. Leave it to Reddit. Leave it to Reddit to sympathize with a fucking bug. Or one of the bad bugs. That's a bad bug. That's not a good bug. Oh, you're talking about the long, skinny fucking bug that runs really fast across your floor and has 1,000,000 legs? And they bite? I'm pretty sure they bite. Will I Google it? No. Anytime I Google anything about centipedes, a picture of a centipede comes up. And it's always a picture of one with the extra long legs. I'm going to throw up. I have to stop talking about this. So I will not Google that. But I'm pretty sure they bite. Foul. Oh yeah, let's make it super scary and fast. Lots of legs, and it bites people. Just fuck off. Now, if you're watching on YouTube or on Spotify, you can see behind me, there's a staircase that goes up to my bedroom because my whole apartment is open. So the bedroom's like a loft area, I guess. Sorry, there was somebody outside my window. And why is it so embarrassing to be caught podcasting? I feel like this setup looks like I'm filming a porno or something, but I'm actually way more embarrassed to be podcasting than I would be to be filming myself, I don't know, squirting. But the wall behind these stairs goes up to where my work desk is at the very top. So again, spidey senses, because I look over for kind of no reason at the wall while I'm working one day, and there's a big spider. Not a centipede, but still not good. You're looking at number 2 on the shit list. So I didn't know what to do, so I sprayed it with cleaner. And I sprayed it a lot, and it fell. But I knew it wasn't dead. I knew I had not killed it. I don't know why I didn't throw a shoe. I have this fear. This is why I didn't throw a shoe. I have this fear, and it's irrational, that I'm going to throw a shoe at a bug, and it's somehow going to ricochet the bug directly at me, and it's going to hit me. The bug is going to hit me. And I can't talk myself out of that. I can't talk myself out of that happening. So I sprayed it a bunch of times. It slid down the wall dramatically. Oh, brother. And disappeared. It's not dead at the bottom of the stairs where it should be. If it was dead, it's gone. It's going to kill me. It's going to retaliate. I know. I'm waiting for it. You know when it retaliated? The next day, I went to wash dishes. And the second I pick up a cup out of the sink, the same bug, and I know it's the same bug, same spider, same size, same color, like a weird pale yellow color. It ran across the rim of a plate right in front of me. Oh, you gave it up too soon, because now I know where you are, and I drowned it. I'm sorry. It doesn't feel good to say, but I drowned it. I put the water on hot, and I just let the sink run, and I didn't find it again. So either it escaped me again, or it drowned. Not a pleasant way to go out, but you should have just let it go. You should have just gone away with your life and let it be. But no, you wanted to spook me, scare me, bite me maybe, crawl onto me. I don't know. I don't know what the plan was, but it showed its cards too soon, and it paid the ultimate price. What's going on? Everybody get out of my house. And people say when you live in an old house, that comes with bugs. Doesn't have to be that way. It won't be that way, because I'm going to spray this motherfucker. I have no pets. Nobody around me. I'll inhale pesticides. I don't care. But I have to do something for peace of mind. So I'm going to spray peppermint oil, and then in the backyard, the mud room that leads outside of my kitchen, the whole thing is getting sprayed down with whatever I can find. Poison, maybe just poison. Just real poison with the skull and bones on it. Maybe I'll just spray poison all over my fucking house, because I can't do it. I can't know there are bugs and just live with that. It's just not something that I'm capable of. I'm not strong enough. So, but I do not want to hear from any centipede sympathizers. Save it. Save it. So I told you guys that I was sick for a while. I had a fever on and off, and obviously fever dreams happened. I have really vivid nightmares. And I can't figure out what is triggering them. I thought maybe it was like Coke Zero. Pry it out of my cold dead hands. I'll take the dreams if that's what I have to do to drink my Coke Zero. But I couldn't figure out what it was, because there were times when I was having Coke Zero pretty late in the day and it didn't do anything. I didn't have any dreams. I slept like a baby. So not sure what it was. But I was having these really vivid, dark nightmares, and that's not really something I ever had. I've never really dealt with nightmares. This was like a new thing in the last year or so. But when I was sick, the fever dreams went crazy, and I was writing them down because it's a dream journal, but it's really just a note in my notes app. And for the past year, I think about the past year, I've been writing down my dreams, and I wish that I had done this way sooner. And I really recommend doing it, because it's just fun to look back at. And it's not that they're meaningful. because maybe 3 of them are meaningful. Maybe 3 of them I could glean some kind of, something from it, some kind of emotion I was feeling or stress at the time or something deep-seated, but for the most part, they're dumb as fuck. And I don't know if it's interesting to talk about dreams because I'm worried that it's going to be like one of those episodes of a show where the whole thing was a dream at the end and then it's like, okay, filler. Because it's going to be a filler episode. But I did want to share some of them. So I'm sorry if it is boring because I have no idea. There's nobody here to tell me if it's boring. I'm just doing my best. Okay? And I'll start with 2 that I've had not close together. These were like months and months apart, but they're along the same vein. I had a dream where I tweeted a photo of like a caramel iced coffee. Think of a stock photo of like just a latte, an iced latte. I tweeted a picture of one and I wrote, "I'm throbbing." What does that mean? Dissect that. What was it? Was I stressed? Was I hungry? Was I thirsty? What was it? It seems like a nothing dream, but I woke up not scared, but a little like anxious. Like I wanted to delete it because the first thoughts rushing into my mind were, why would I tweet that I'm throbbing? Why would I tweet that I'm throbbing? I think in hindsight, that would have been a banger tweet. Because it's cryptic. It's cryptic and you kind of just take from it whatever you want to. Like art, like you see what you want to see in it. What does it all mean? Does it mean anything? Does it have to mean anything? I'm throbbing. And then a photo of a caramel iced coffee. And then a few weeks ago, I had a series of dreams. This was one of those nights where the dreams just went on and on and on. I remember one other time where I had told somebody after I woke up that I had a dream where I was bored. It went on for what felt like so long that I got bored during the dream and I just wanted to wake up. I was like, all right, come on. Let's go already. And this was another one of those where I just kept going dream after dream after dream. And they were all different, but it was like exhausting me. It felt like I wasn't sleeping at all. It just kept going into another one and another one, just dragging on. I got bored. But the very last thing that my brain landed on before I woke up was just, I got flashbanged by a 4K crystal clear quality image of cheese fries in a red basket with like the paper in it, just fries with like the liquid cheese on it, like a stock photo image in the highest quality just appeared before me. And then I woke up and it felt like it was still seared into my eyes. Like I could still see it when I woke up. Wrote that down immediately. What was that? Had I been looking at stock photos? No. Had I been thinking about cheese fries the day before? No. Had I been to a fair or something where they serve them in the red basket? No. What does it all mean? And I've decided somebody's airdropping to me. Somebody's airdropping photos into my mind while I'm sleeping. It's the only explanation that makes sense. Because why would I have like an Adobe stock photo gallery in my mind? Is it AI? What's happening? Is it because I sleep on top of my iPad? I do sleep on top of my iPad. Just about every night, I take my iPad into bed because I'm going to read Throne of Glass. And a lot of times I do, a lot of times I don't. But either way, I fall asleep, head on my iPad. Is there some kind of transfer happening? Can't be sure, but I know that was a weird fucking dream. It didn't make me laugh. I've had dreams where I wake up laughing. One that I reference with my friends all the time because it's just one of those where I woke up hysterically laughing. And it's the only one where I woke up laughing and wrote it down so that I could remember it. I'm at a dinner table, a long dinner table with like a bunch of people. And it's one of those things where it's just filling in gaps, filling in faces. I don't know these people, but maybe I know one or two. I don't know. But there's food all over the table. And I'm kind of like standing, like leaning over the table to scoop baked beans onto my plate. I love a bean. So that checks out. Love a bean. First thing I'm going for is a bean salad, a baked bean. Give me a bean. So I lean over the table to put baked beans onto my plate. And I'm holding the spoon over the plate and I go, them beans be falling out the spoon. And everyone at the table started howling, hysterically laughing. I'm talking banging on the table, slapping knees kind of laughter. And I woke myself up laughing because it was that funny. And I wrote it down so fast because it's not funny. It's not funny, and that's what makes it funny to me now, is that it's so unfunny that I can't believe I laughed at it in my dream. It's funny that I thought it was funny. But that's how I said it. I said, them beans be falling out the spoon. Which is not how I talk even at all. But people were slapping their knees with laughter. And it's a little sad because I know that's never going to happen for me in real life. That is never going to manifest. I'm never going to be at a table full of people, that many people. There were probably 15, 20 people, and make all of them laugh. That's never going to be my life. I'm never going to get that moment. But it's hard to know. Would that joke go off? Would it be so silly that it would work? I don't think so. Them beans be falling out the spoon. It just can't. How am I? I made that. I wrote, directed that, produced it. I did the whole damn thing in my head. And I've been having a couple of those dreams lately where your teeth fall out. And I had heard for forever people talking about dreams where their teeth fall out. And I'd never had one. I was like, that's so random. That's like weird. I'm like, is it scary? And people are always like, no, it's either they're scared by it or they're kind of like, no, it's weird. I was like really calm about it, but their teeth fall out. And then it happened to me. And it's happened to me a few times since, where I have dreams where I look in the mirror and I just pull a tooth out or something, or I look down and my tooth fell out. Okay, let me Google it. What we're going to do here is a quick search, a little bit of research, if you will, because the last thing I Googled is what happens in Handmaid's Tale after the ending, because I watched the finale last night, but I'll talk about that in a second. Why do people dream about their teeth falling out? Thank you. Always thank the Google AI, even if it is evil. Dreams about teeth falling out are common and can be associated with various meanings, often reflecting emotional states or life events. These dreams can symbolize feelings of loss, anxiety, a lack of control, or fear of vulnerability. Okay. Well, anxiety, check. Lack of control, check. Fear of vulnerability, not really. They may also indicate concerns about appearance, communication, or significant life changes. Oh, okay. So it can mean anything, basically, is what you're saying to me. So a dream about teeth falling out can mean anything at all. And it doesn't matter, actually. From what I'm seeing, it looks like most people are having them when they're anxious. But how does our brain know to do that? How does your brain know, hey, you seem a little stressed out lately? What if your teeth fell out? Yeah, what if your front teeth fell out of your fucking mouth? Hit the floor right in front of you. Want to see what would happen? Want to see what it would look like? Yeah, look, all your teeth are falling out of your fucking mouth. Aren't you stressed? You're a little anxious. You're a little anxious. Look at that. That's your molar. How does your brain know to do that? How do all of our brains know to do that? And here's another question. If I had never heard anything about people having dreams about their teeth falling out, would I still have a dream about my teeth falling out? Because I only ever had those dreams after I'd already heard people talk about dreams where their teeth fall out. So did I only have the dream because I've heard about other people having that dream? And it existed in my mind? And if I had never heard about it, would I never have those dreams? Because how do we all just sync up like that? We're all just anxious or nervous or stressed and we're all just having those dreams where our teeth fall out. I mean, it is a fear. Like that is like a really scary thing to have happen to you in real life, is if you just, oh, my teeth just fell out of my mouth. That'd be horrifying. But why would I think about that? Yes, it's scary because I'm thinking about it now, but why would I think about that if I wasn't thinking about it? Why would I think about that if I wasn't thinking about it? Explain that to me. Somebody, anybody. One last one for you. I had a dream, and this is one of the more detailed ones. I won't go into all the details because that really is giving a little too much filler episode. But I had a dream that Joe Budden tried to turn me into sauerkraut. Joe Budden as in pump it up. Joe Budden as in the Joe Budden podcast. He tried to turn me into sauerkraut. I was in a Walmart with a bunch of other people just shopping. All of a sudden, all these people come in dressed in all black and start dragging us out of the Walmart into the back of the Walmart, where there are these massive tents set up that are like shaped like a teepee. Like they're pointed at the top with a little opening. And they start forcing us inside of these tents. And the tents are full of liquid. Like there's liquid like up to our ankles. And we're all kind of just freaking the fuck out, scared. And then things start being poured in through the top of the tent that I'm in. And here's the thing. I don't know in real life what any of the ingredients in sauerkraut are. Cabbage? Vinegar, I guess, but it's got to be more than that, I'm thinking. I don't know. But Dreamy knows. She knows. Because one of the guys that's in the tent with me screams like, these are the ingredients for sauerkraut. You know? Just tell and not show. Telling and not showing. And we're all panicking, trying to find a way out because we're being turned into food, which is terrifying. Take just that part away from it. That is scary. That's a very scary dream. To be turned into food for people is horrifying. But we start freaking out and we're trying to find a way out of the tent. And then somebody realizes that the bottom of the tent, like the part that we're standing on, is like almost like a mattress frame. So we're able to slide it out from under us and then escape out the bottom of the tent. So we do that and we start running for it. Now, my dream just kind of skipped ahead a while. I didn't see myself take the journey back home or anything that happened after that. All I know is flash forward to the next day. I'm in a car with 2 friends and then an ex-roommate because my dreams love to give me a guest appearance. So she's just in the back seat with me. And we're driving like down a familiar street. And I'm telling them, you guys, like, I was almost turned into sauerkraut. There's these tents behind the Walmart. I'm telling them the whole thing. And this is a weird reoccurring thing in dreams where like I'm telling somebody something or somebody's like cheating on me right in front of me and they don't care. Like nobody cares. So I'm telling everybody in the car what happened and they don't give a fuck at all. They're like, oh, like they don't want to hear it or like they're bored by it or something. And I'm getting frustrated in the dream because I'm like, do you understand what I'm saying to you? Tents behind the Walmart, sauerkraut. And I somehow know in the dream because you just have information and you don't see yourself getting that information. You just know things. So I know somehow innately that Joe Budden was responsible for the sauerkraut incident. I'm telling them about the dream. Nobody cares. We're driving up this street and there's a car parked off to the side with a man sitting in it. And I look down at my lap and I have my iPad and I get a text from Joe Budden. It pops up at the very top of the screen and it goes, why did you do that? As in, why did I escape the sauerkraut tent, I guess? And I get out of the car, a moving vehicle, I suppose. I get out of the car and start running for his car, running at him. I don't know what I'm going to do to him, but I'm running at him. And Joe Budden takes off. Full speed. And then at the end of the dream, we pull up to our destination, which is some kind of house party, but there's a bunch of my other friends there. And again, I go up to them and I tell them, I'm telling them, I'm pretty sure the stuff is still set up. Like, I think it's still set up behind the Walmart. And they're all kind of just like, oh, okay. Like, they don't care at all. It was driving me crazy. And then I woke up. And I was anxious. You know, when you get the lingering feeling from a dream and it just kind of sits with you for an hour or two, or at least that happens to me. If I have a really, really scary dream, I'm kind of like on edge for a good hour after I wake up. I woke up anxious from that. From Joe Budden trying to turn me into sauerkraut. And here's the thing. You could put me in a room with paper and pen and some lo-fi and give me 10 hours to come up with the most obscure thing. You could give me the keywords sauerkraut, Walmart, Joe Budden, and give me a full 24 hours even to come up with the craziest thing I could think of. And I still would not be able to write that. All up here. And the thing about dreams is that you could lie, right? I could have said all that just now and it could have been completely made up and you would never know. You would have no way of knowing whether or not I actually dreamed about this because it lives in my mind and my mind only. But have you guys ever had someone tell you about a dream and you're just like, I can't prove it, but you did not dream about that. I know I can't tell you that you didn't dream about that, but you did not have that dream. I know you didn't. Either it's just so straightforward, like makes too much sense, or it's like too relevant to something that's going on, or it's about you and they're kind of using it as like a segue to talk about something else. But you're just like, I know you didn't dream, but you did not have that dream. No, you didn't. I know, it's fine. You want to tell me about a daydream and tell me it was a dream? Fine, so be it. But you did not have that dream. Because where's your grandma? Why aren't you in a fast food restaurant of sorts? Why aren't you late to school? You have the feeling of being late to school, but you're a grown-ass adult. You know? You're not naked. There's no guest appearance from somebody you haven't talked to in like 12 years. You did not have that dream. When you get a text that somebody had a dream about you, especially if it's like an ex or somebody you used to talk to, they did not have that dream. But what you have before you is a choice. Do you A, go along with it because you're in the mood to be silly or horny. Or B, ignore it because all it is somebody trying to get back into your life via dream, which is just pathetic. I would respect it more if they said, hey, I had a daydream about you. That's hot. A dream is out of your control. Oh, you had a dream where you gave me back shots? What? Wow. And what else? Where were we? Who else was around us? What happened after that? What happened before that? You just had a dream that was just a porn sequence. You had a Wicked Whims dream. No, you didn't. Liar. Because your aunt would have been somewhere around. You know? Things would have started melting and becoming a completely different scene halfway through the back shots. You know, when things kind of just dissipate and then suddenly it's, oh, we're in a new scene. I didn't realize. And you're just moving on to the next part of the dream. You did not have that dream. But if you're in the mood to entertain it, sometimes it's fun. Sometimes it'll lead to a little sexting. If that's what you're in the mood for, then go for it. But they did not have that dream. One last story while we're on the topic of fake dreams. There was a kid that I went to school with. Nice kid, just a little awkward, but very nice. We weren't friends. We were just friendly. And he would have dreams about me regularly, being in peril. He was the Mario to my Princess Peach because in every dream, he would save me. The first time he told me about the dreams, we were on the bus and he happened to be sitting in the seat across from me. And he scooches down, turns around to tell me that he had a dream about me the other night. I said, oh, okay. What happened? And he tells me that I was almost hit by a car. But at the last minute, he jumped in, body over mine, to push me out of the way and save me. Now that sounds like a daydream. You know, that doesn't sound like a dream to me. That sounds like a daydream, which is fine. We all daydream about stuff and make ourselves the hero or the villain, you know? But it sounds like a daydream. But I let it go. I go, oh, okay. Like, thank you for saving me or whatever. You know, just being nice about it. That's a tier 1 offense. Tier 2. He tells me about a day or two later that he had another dream where I was in danger and he saved me at the last moment. Now, are you going to kill me? What's going on? Are you going to kill me? Are you going to hurt me? I don't know you that well. You go to school with people, so you know people. We're in the same class, but we're not friends. We're just friendly. I don't know. Are you going to kill me? Are you going to kill me? How would I know? Are you going to set me up in one of these scenarios and then come and try to save me? Because he's a short king, respectfully. I just don't know that in some of these scenarios, he would have had a fighting chance. But it's his own mind coming up with it where he's not thinking about logistics. You know, I wish I could remember what all the other dreams are about. The only one that I remember vividly was the car one, that he had thrown his body over mine to push me out of the way of a car. Now, that's tier 2. Tier 2, are you going to kill me? Tier 3 offense. Another dream within the span of a week where I am in danger and he saves me. He tells me about it while we're waiting for the bus. You're writing fan fiction. That's what that is. You just wrote a fan fiction. I was willing to accept that it was maybe a little maladaptive daydream. That's fine. Or maybe, you're having a premonition. But now you're just writing a story. And if you're going to write a fan fiction, let me get a copy. I want to know everything. Just go full on, full crazy on me. And just tell me, yeah, sometimes I think about you being in a dangerous situation so that I can put myself in as the hero and save you. Just be honest with me. Yeah, I have maladaptive daydreams, ongoing ones where I save you from something. Okay. Now we're both addressing the truth here, because if let's say he was telling the truth and it went on, I'm going to say 4 or 5 dreams about me being in danger. And I think it was because he just wanted in to talk with me. He was like a little bit awkward, like I said. I think the first time it worked and we had a little bit of a conversation or something, and maybe he wanted to talk to me and didn't know what to say, so he just kept it going. Because if that wasn't the case, if he was honestly having all these dreams about me almost dying and him saving me, you are having a premonition. Something is going to happen to me. Like, that's the only other explanation. Why else would you... What are you doing? Are you lucid dreaming? That freaked me out so bad. Because I started to get the really anxious and paranoid thoughts. The real paranoia where you're like, are you going to throw me in front of a fucking bus and then try to push me out of the way? And then it's going to be like, wow, just like the dreams you had. You saved me. Except you and I both have short legs and neither one of us is making it out from in front of that bus. Oh, that freaked me out. And I had to start going out of my way to avoid him so that he would stop coming up to me and telling me about these dreams. And I was too nice about it, because at some point I really should have said, hey, please stop telling me about these dreams. They're freaking me out. But I couldn't. I was too nice. Too nice, always nice. And I just let him keep telling me about them until I found a way to avoid him. And I had my friend sit on the outside of the seat on the bus, and we choose different seats, kind of just dodging him until the whole thing just stopped and he stopped coming up and talking to me. Probably because it seemed like I was avoiding him, which I was. Stop telling me those things. But that's also like, I can't tell you you're not having those dreams, because there is the slimmest sliver of a chance that you're telling the truth. But you're not. But I know you're not. So fuck that sliver. You are lying. You're daydreaming. I want to talk about daydreaming in one of these episodes, and maladaptive daydreaming. You know, the real world building daydreams that you got going on in your head for like a really long time. But not today. Not today, but sometime soon, because I think that they're so funny. And just to end this off, because I think I've talked about how I wanted to watch Handmaid's Tale, finish it. It took me, I think, 2 weeks. I think it's been 2 weeks since the final episode came out. And I hate endings, so I really didn't want to watch it. But I just got myself to do it last night. Just finish it. Just put a bow on it. And also what helped me finish it was the fact that there was a spin-off show coming out, The Testaments. Hulu's already working on it. And these are the books that take place like 15 years after Handmaid's Tale. And I think it's going to follow their daughters. I think it's going to follow the daughters, Nicole and Hannah. Why? And no spoilers. I'm not going to spoil anything plot-wise. All I'm going to say is, yeah, I cried. I cry at endings all the time. But it wasn't the end of the episode that got me. If you want to make people cry in a show or a movie, the one thing you can always do that will work 99.9% of the time is play Landslide. Landslide. They played Landslide. And I bawled, of course, because I cried to that song when there's nothing sad in front of me. But of course I'm going to cry when it's the end of a show that I really enjoyed, a show that was so sad and you're so attached to these characters. I like the ending, except, you know what? I lied right here. Right here, I'm going to say something spoilery and you can just skip ahead like a minute and then it'll be over. Okay. And I'm going to say it now. So I hated that June and Luke were not romantic anymore by the end of it. Oh, I hated it. You know what I honestly felt? I felt like she could have 2 husbands. Yeah, that's the truth. That's how I honestly feel. I feel like she should be allowed to have Nick and Luke. Okay? She's a little bit selfish of a character sometimes, but I was rooting for that. I was willing to let that happen. I was like, yes, she should have as much love as possible. Yes, she can have her Gilead boo and she can have, her husband here who patiently waited for her. Now, fuck Nick, of course. I mean, fuck Nick. But up until he really showed his ass, I was still had a soft spot for him. Even if he was a commander, I still thought he was like a Lawrence. You know what I mean? Hated how he went out. Actually, no, I did not hate how he went out. It made sense because there was no more final goodbye that could even happen between the two of them anymore. But yeah, hated that they, Luke and June are just like platonic. Platonic by the end of it. Yeah, like a familial love kind of thing. Oh, I hate it. Does it make sense? Yeah, I guess. But I liked them together. I don't like that. Also, we saw Tony Chopper. Yes, we saw Tony Chopper. They showed a preview for season 2 of One Piece, and we finally got to see what he looked like. And, there was a second when I first saw him where it almost was like, oh, he might be a little ugly. But I was wrong. Because then I watched it 2 more times and I was like, no, that's on me. How could I ever think that? They didn't make him look like that Sonic with the real human teeth. They made him look a little realistic, a little cartoonish. I mean, he's a walking, talking reindeer with a big hat. So what can you really do realistically? But that gives me hope for what else we're going to see later on down the line. I loved One Piece season 1. In the anime, I am up to, oh my God, I don't even know. I'm about 600 episodes in. I have been watching it for a while, but I've been dragging my feet. I was always dreading getting to the time skip. So, but he's so cute. I was wrong. He's very, very cute. It's a very cute Tony Chopper. He did his little dance. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so happy. But yeah, that's it for this week. And thank you to anybody who's left a review. I see you. I recognize you. I love you. Yeah, I love you. And it means a lot to me because this is just like a fun little thing that I throw out into the void. So for anybody to find it, listen to it, watch it, let alone review it means so much to me. And I really, really appreciate it. So that's it. Until next week. Goodbye.